So do we get to leave the set? So I think that we are a true sitcom show, right? And if you watch the Jeffersons and things like that, it's not sisters. They didn't go hang
But
outside.
can you talk about something a little bit more current? You know, some of these people don't even know what the Jeffersons is.
They better look it up.
Go to something from the 90s. Go Fresh Prince of Martin or something. You went to the Jeffersons.
Okay, so Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You really saw him like in his room, downstairs, and in the kitchen.
Right.
Where else did you see them?
Right. Now, it wasn't much outside of the house. And then later on they created like the pool house where him and Carlton lived.
Yep, and the student union later once they started going to school. But that was like seasons in, which is what happens because since we're having a conversation, you know, as the show grows and as you all watch and things like that, then the need or the want for it is greater, right?
All right, assisted living fans, you just heard it from Jeremy and Leah themselves that when it comes to season 2 of assisted living, it looks like this is a part of an Instagram live they did sometime earlier this week. As I mentioned in another video, there have been a lot of interviews. Hell, even today and yesterday, I know some of the cast of the Haves and the Have-Nots have been doing, you know, virtual interviews for the upcoming final season starting next week. And understand that this week alone, I want to say from like Tuesday to this morning, I have done over 50 videos. Believe it or not, go on the channel and you'll see like I think from the video where I did the Sisters trailer breakdown for season 3, and then the video I did, I think around Monday or whenever I got back to the apartment, either Sunday or Monday, and I said, here's why I haven't been uploading. After that, it was just nonstop work. So this, as of right now, is my last video I need to record for the week, unless some random news pops up, just like, well, this one and the Pookie and Peanut video did. But this weekend is all about eBay stuff. I got to get a lot of stuff listed. Like I said, trying to bring in as much extra money as possible before the move next month. So as always, if you want to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App, or at the very least, take a moment to hit like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below, and hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel. Now, when it comes to the comments about the sets and scenery, it looks like this season, unfortunately, we're not going to get any scenes outside of the assisted living facility. And I kind of anticipated that because I felt like with season 2, it was more about introducing new residents to the facility, which will add some new dynamics and, you know, plot lines for the characters to follow. I mean, I feel like the first episode kind of showed us that, yeah, it's unlikely we'll get any new sets considering, you know, we still didn't even get to see the police station, you know, with Jeremy in jail. But just looking at the responses, let me just say, I get it. Like, it's nothing against the actors. Naeem and Courtney have no control over, you know, the set pieces and whatnot. But I will say that I do agree that if a story is strong enough, then it really doesn't matter what kind of set you have. One of my favorite movies of all time, 12 Angry Men, aside from the beginning of the movie when they're in the courtroom, and then at the end of the movie where they're leaving the courthouse, the entire movie takes place within that one room with the 12 men, along with the bathroom area located in the room, you know, behind the door. So it's possible to tell a compelling story even in one location with maybe one or two little stops in another location. But the thing about it is season 1 had a rough hill to climb from having the two main characters that people were supposed to be attracted to the series by, Brown and Cora, not being in the show for a good amount of, you know, what was it? They didn't show up until like episode 7 or 8. So about almost a third of season 1 without the characters that, you know, people wanted to see. And for the most part, the assisted living facility was a wreck, and it didn't even get fixed up until maybe the last handful of episodes before season 1 ended. And then, of course, you know, the stale dialogue and not funny jokes, the laugh track, and everything else in between. But another thing is when they brought up other shows, you know, like the Jeffersons and things like that, which again, those are sitcoms, comedies where most of the series takes place within like one main location. But at the same time, as the series goes on, you'll see different set pieces here and there. I get, you know, when Naeem was like, yeah, some people might not know about the Jeffersons. Use a different example, like let's say the Fresh Prince. They talked about how a majority of the time was spent in like the mansion's living room and the kitchen, and occasionally we go to the kids' bedrooms, like, you know, like Ashley's room, Will Carlton's room, Vivian and Philip, and then eventually the pool house. But I don't think that show was the best example to use, because even season 1, I mean, you had what, the pool hall where Will got hustled. You know, didn't they go to like the school? Yeah, the school, Will and Carlton's school, a few times. And, you know, places like restaurants, and hell, even if you count the episode where Will got into the fender bender with Theo from Cosby Show, they went to the courthouse. So maybe not the best example, but I will agree that even if a show doesn't have multiple set pieces or locations, it doesn't mean the show can't be good. But to be honest, the set piece wasn't that big of a deal in season 1. My biggest gripe was they mentioned a lot of important events that took place outside of the facility that we as viewers should have been privy to. It's like Jeremy had to go to jail twice. Well, we never saw it. Jeremy met up with the sheriff and then punched him. We never saw it. Sandra snuck out of the facility and then Lindor picked her up. Again, that would have been nice to see. Hell, even like a brief scene on a bus where Lindor is driving it and we see, you know, the first time Lindor and Sandra meet. Key scenes like that are why I felt that we needed different pieces of different location pieces to really visualize the story. You can only tell us so many times what's happening before we as viewers want to see what's happening. It's almost like we're being sidelined or regulated to a Tyler Perry play. But hell, even in Tyler Perry plays on stage, sometimes there are multiple locations where obviously the set is changed up. Or like the Marriage Counselor. Not that one. Why Did I Get Married? Probably in my top 3 Tyler Perry plays of all time. It all takes place in that one setting, which is the cabin. We get mentions of, oh yeah, we went fishing, oh we went on a run, we just came from the car, but at the same time the story was compelling enough that we could visualize what was going on. But in a TV show, it was kind of set up to be like a play, but I think what really dragged it down wasn't just the one location piece, but the dragging of the dialogue and whatnot. But like I said, season 2, in my opinion, is off to a decent start. And I hope that as the season goes on, we get more characters, more compelling storylines. I feel like, you know, the one location isn't going to be that bad. Honestly, I don't mind it as much since the facility is no longer a, construction hazard. So I'm fine with it. Let's see what happens next. And if there are any more notable pieces of news, episode information, interviews, and whatnot, feel free to hit me up online. Like I said, I know some of the Haves and the Have-Nots cast has done interviews and whatnot over the past couple of days, and more to come, because remember, next Tuesday is the day. So aside from maybe a live stream, or if any random important news pops up, I don't think I'll be doing any more videos until Tuesday at the earliest. Like I said, I need a break, because after a week at home, coming back and doing over 100 videos, that should be more than enough to keep you occupied and entertained. Plus, you'll have plenty of time to catch up on the content. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to y'all next time.